Welcome back to another Deep Dive with Derek. I'm your host, Derek, here with another Phish reaction. If you're new to this channel, I'd like to personally welcome you. This is Deep Dive with Derek. So on this channel, I'm taking a look at music that slips through my fingers. I'm a longtime Dave Matthews Band fan, and somehow Phish just never made it on my radar. Or at least they were on my radar, but I never listened to them. I never checked them out. I never took a chance on them. So here I am. Connecting with Phish. There'll be other artists like this in the future. So if this is the kind of thing that you like, you want to go along this Phish journey with me and see other artists that have slipped through my fingers, you can follow me on those journeys as well, hitting the subscribe button. If you've seen me before, welcome back. Certainly glad you could make it. Now, on this channel, I have started a style where I go through and find an album version if it is a song with an album. If it's not, I can't really do that. And then I'll go through and do a live version after that. So if you don't want to see the album version, the studio version, which many of you don't, you can jump forward to the live version here. The studio stuff, that's mostly for me. I really like to hear kind of what's the bare bones feel like, and then what do they do to it. And then I've even learned, so some of you were telling me, I think it's type. Is it type 1? Type 2? Much like statistical errors, but I think it's type 1 and 2. Maybe it's type A and B. But type 1 jam where it's about the same all the time. They do some different things. Like it is a different jam, but it doesn't stray too far from other versions. So this is going to be more like what I'm familiar with Dave Matthews Band and the like. Then there's this type 2 jam where you have no idea what song. If you just came into this song cold, you would have no idea what song that is. That's a type 2 jam. So then I'm starting to learn that some songs kind of are in this one camp and some songs are in this 2 camp. Now I'm starting to learn that sometimes the songs can be either or both. So you might have something like Stash. I think it was Stash where people were saying, maybe it was, Stash. You found a pretty good type 1 jam. If you want a type 2 version of this song, check out, this other show. So not only are there songs that are type 1 and 2, but a song can have a type 1 version and a type 2 version. So that's super fascinating to me. So anyway, keep the knowledge coming. I love it. Today, we're going to check out a often recommended song, Slave to the Traffic Light. And it was tough for me to find a studio version for this. I had to go all the way back to Phish. I guess it's a self-titled album, sometimes known as the White Tape. The White Tape. So this was way back in 1986 when it was released on cassette. I was 6 years old. And this album cover, it looks like your classic Phish logo. They didn't stray too far from this. And is that eye in Phish intentionally meant to look like a joint? Or is this the power of suggestion? I could go either way on that. But anyway, let's check out Slave to the Traffic Light. All right, so that was that was pretty cool. I got I got some vibes of like the '60s, like hippie music that reminded me of like it could have been at Woodstock or something, Simon and Garfunkel, or I don't know. It just I don't know. It had this really chill vibe. That's broken record. I say that every time. So um, I dig it, and I don't have any specific um, show recommendations for this one. So I'll be back shortly with a live version. All right, here with a live version of Slave to the Traffic Light. I found a show from December 7th, 1995. I didn't catch where it was. I can maybe look here. Oh, Niagara Falls. Excellent. Doesn't get more hippie than that. 1995. So that's almost 10 years after this was recorded on a tape. So here we go. Let's check it out live. Slave to the Traffic Light. This is a tie. They always surprise me. He looks super different here. He looks bigger, like beefy. This isn't like a tribute band or something, is it? It just does not look like him. He still had that face that I like, that Trey face. Speaking of, it's easy to make it look like it might seem like I'm making fun. It's not. I saw an interview with John Mayer recently, and I'm getting a little bit of a deja vu feeling, so I might have said this in another video, but on this interview, the host asked about his guitar face, and Mayer said, I know, there's pictures. I don't have the worst one, but I have the most popular guitar face. And he said, I don't even know that I'm doing it. It's just so involuntary, and there's something about getting from this note to that note and bending this, and like you can't do it without contorting your face. It was interesting to hear, but now I'm more in tune to watching others, and it's interesting. I wonder if there's any research done, because this is super fascinating. That it's so common that there is something to it. There has to be. Anyway, so it's fun watching involuntary guitar faces.
Traffic light, slave to the traffic light, slave. Seen the city, seen the zoo, traffic light won't let me through.
They didn't sing this on the album version. talk about this Fishman fellow. So I've called this a dress. People have corrected me and said it's not a dress, it's a muumuu. But isn't it true, and I might be completely wrong off, a muumuu is like a shirt that you wear with pants. It's just a gigantic shirt. But he also doesn't, maybe not every time, but y'all have told me sometimes he's got nothing on underneath. Doesn't that make it a dress? If that's the only thing you're wearing? Maybe I need some education on clothing terminology. But 1995, he's wearing it. When did he start wearing this muumuu? I can't remember. Somebody might have told me. If I fact check me here, but wasn't it like a joke? He wore it as a joke once, and Trey said, "You got to keep doing that." That was super funny. Keep it up, and then it became like the signature thing. And the only time he hasn't worn it since is on really cold shows, really cold nights. In this light, this dude looks a lot like Richard Wright. Pink Floyd. So much like him. And much like when this song was recommended to me, I think it was on one of the first couple that I did. Run Like an Antelope, maybe. Or Divided Sky, one of those two. But whichever one it was, I remember saying something like, man, I'm getting a pretty heavy Dark Side of the Moon vibe here. Which I am again. So maybe that's why the recommendation came in. If you like this, then you'll like that. And common theme through my brain is very Dark Side of the Moon like. That one was cool. I'm curious to hear what y'all's thoughts are on this. But that was just super chill. It wasn't grandiose. Not that I'm bashing that or anything, but this was just like a super chill song. And I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. Is this a fair statement? Is this one of those type one? Is it A or one? I can't. I should remember this. Is this a type one song where that's going to sound pretty similar-ish every time, or does this have other versions? Are there 20, 30-minute versions of this song? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on the song, and let me know what else I should check out. What should be my next priority? Let me know, and I'm looking forward to continuing this Phish journey.